You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for September 1st through the 5th. We're going to talk about Billy's new scheme and Kyle snapping on somebody. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we start by talking what's coming the rest of this week, and then we'll dive into what's ahead for next week. With that in mind, on Wednesday, August 27th, we've got Sally talking to her bestie, Audra, who is quite upset that Nate believed Claire over her. Well, that could be because Audra was lying and Claire was telling the truth. So Sally advises Audra to just come clean to Nate about her deal with Victor, but Audra insists that will only make things worse. And of course it would, because she was doing something terrible. And Audra is still insisting to Sally she never would have done all that. She never would have slept with Kyle and betrayed Nate like that, but what she did was bad enough. So Audra is planning to give Nate some space to calm down, and she thinks maybe he'll miss her. Audra and Sally flip over to chatting about the Abbott launch that's going to be 50s themed. I hope we get to see it on screen. It sounds cute. Audra hates to work at a company with Kyle's last name on it. She worries he'll try and get her fired, but Sally isn't going to let that happen. Nate is with Devon and Lily and tells them he and Audra split up. Of course, they're going to be happy about it. Nate feels like there's just a lot of bad stuff happening at once with Damien's death, Amy being upset. He's worried it's going to affect her cancer battle. Now his relationship is over. And Nate asks if Lily and Devon noticed anything between Kyle and Audra in France. And they tell Nate, yeah, we definitely noticed that Audra was right there with Kyle all the time and then trying to claim it was business. So Nate tells Lily and Devon that Claire said Audra cut this sketchy deal with Victor. And Nate says Audra insisted that Kyle was twisting things around. He was the instigator. Devon thinks Nate should not let Audra off the hook. He totally thinks she did all this bad stuff. Nate concedes and says, yeah, Claire is way more credible. And Nate also recalls that Audra was very insistent that he could not go to France with her. So seems like this is done and dusted. Cane calls Lily to ask her if she watched the video he made for the kids and that he sent to her as well. And she's telling Cane, just give the kids time. But later, Lily watches the video in the park and she does get a tear in her eye. Is she going to start softening up on Cane? Maybe. So Phyllis also tries to call Cane, but he doesn't take her call. She's leaving an upset voicemail, and Nick overhears and starts asking her about it. Phyllis denies that she was calling Cane, and Nick asks if everything is blown up and if Phyllis's job is gone and Cane's betrayed her. All this stuff, very accurate. Good read from Nick. But Phyllis, of course, denies it all. Nick asks her to let him help her, but she won't. Phyllis says Cane had a great plan, and Nick notices she's speaking past tense. He presses Phyllis, who says Cane's just upset about his kids. She blames Newman Media's hit piece on Dumas for that. Nick thinks Phyllis is out there burning bridges of friends and family for this other guy. Cane meets Billy over at his place, compliments the decor, and he credits Sally. So Cane says that Phyllis was lying about him trying to cut Billy out of the plan, but now there is no plan. Cane says he's not going to be going after all the big companies in Genoa City anymore. He tells Billy he doesn't want this big fight. Cane's tired, and Billy asks why and what's changed. Cane says he's got to focus on his kids and fixing things with them. Billy says he still wants Chancellor, and Cane says go for it. Billy wants to know what Cane's plan was to get Chancellor, but he's not going to share or help him out. He says that Billy will be proud if he does it on his own. Billy warns Cane that Phyllis is not going to take it lying down, that Cane's just walking away from this battle that she was so keyed up to participate in. But Cane's not worried. He says Phyllis can find her own way. So obviously her job is indeed gone. Billy wonders if Cane is lying to him, but he just says good luck. Sally shows up. Cane compliments her decorating taste, and then he takes off. Sally says if she and Billy can figure out what Cane's game plan really is, because she also thinks that he's fibbing about being out of it, then it would be a great launch story for Abbott. Billy is definitely unsure about Cane and whether he'll really stop going after all these companies. And he feels like Cane might just be trying to throw him off the scent. Thursday, August 28th, Victor and Jack are clashing over family. I wonder if Victor's crashing the Abbott party or if they just run into each other at society. I know they weren't lunching together. Also, little Harrison Abbott is back this week. I hope that little cutie patootie is at the party. Victoria and Nikki talked to Claire about the Kyle situation, and Claire got what she wanted. Audra's been dumped. I do expect she might try and sabotage Claire further and still get her to dump Kyle just out of pure vengeance, even though Audra is the one who engineered this mess. And if Claire asks, Nikki might share that she saw Kyle and Audra flirting in France, and that might be why Claire is ready to confront Kyle by the end of the week. She wants to know if there's anything at all he hasn't told her about this whole Audra thing in France. And we have another spoiler saying that Kyle takes a risk. So is his risk telling the truth, or is his risk perpetuating the lie? Victoria is quite concerned about Claire's future. Then on Friday, August 29th, we've got Nikki making a big change at Chancellor. I wonder if Claire is going to get a promotion. Amanda is back and she gets a new assignment, and maybe it's to help Cane reconcile with the family, or maybe he's just lying low, getting rid of these extraneous people, and he and Amanda are going to focus on his new goals once people's guards are down. Billy updates Jack with this latest Cane info, and I do wonder if Billy tells Jack he doubts that Cane is really scrapping the whole plan. Obviously, he's going to tell Jack all of that, but whether they believe Cane or not remains to be seen. The week of September 1st through the 5th, Cane is trying to slither out from under Victor's blackmail. I don't think Cane is just going to accept defeat. I think he's going to lie low and then come back and strike harder. Adam doubts Nick's blind loyalty to Victor's plan, and we'll see if Dad tells them about the blackmail he engaged in. Billy and Jack may be getting played by Cane. Meanwhile, Phyllis is going to turn around and pressure Cane to keep fighting the war. Phyllis has been counting on this job. She got her hopes up. She's bragged to everybody, so she's going to be really embarrassed if she can't get Cane to do what she wants. Sally is ready to take on Chelsea and Adam professionally now that she's running Abbott.com and they are running Newman Media, and I think she's going to want to get a little payback on Adam and Chelsea for trashing Billy. Claire makes a big life choice soon, and I wonder if she is going to break up or at least take a break with Kyle. We'll see. Holden is trying hard to get closer to Claire. Of course, Holden's got a big crush, and if Claire opens up about distrusting Kyle, we could see Holden making some inroads. Kyle may be on the warpath if he loses Claire. If she calls it quits with him or even takes a break, I think he is going to take it out on Audra. Amanda is going to be baffled by Cane's latest maneuver. And in huge news, soap legend Tamara Braun is coming over to Young and the Restless. She makes her debut in about a month in the newly created role of Sienna Bacall. She was last seen as Ava Vitale on Days of Our Lives. She also played Carly Corinthos and Dr. Kim Nero on GH. And I do wonder if this new character is connected to Cane. I can't wait. If you've never seen Tamara Braun before, you are going to love, love, love her. She's a fantastic actress and a soap legend.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.